Corps Installations West Regional Roundup for the month of June 2016. On June 1st, the Security and Emergency Services Battalion and the Camp Pendleton Police Department participated in the 2016 Law Enforcement Torch Run in support of the Special Olympics.
Marines received the Special Olympics torch from the Oceanside Police Department at the main gate and ran it 17 miles across base before handing it off to the Orange County Sheriff's Department in San Clemente.
Events like this one, which bring us together for a good cause like the Special Olympics run, allow us to do something that's uplifting to the community by responding to just emergencies. And it gives us a chance, those in uniform military, those in uniform civilian police, and our civilian police, to see each other in action, doing something fun and uplifting for the community.
On June 3rd, Camp Pendleton hosts the 2016 world-famous mud run at Lake O'Neill. The race was part of the Commanding General's Cup, covering 6.2 miles and included a number of obstacles.
Real motivating, want more mud.
It was awesome.
It was a great time.
Oh, I would absolutely do it again. I would do it again right now.
Brought us all together today. No, you run it, you feel awesome.
This is our first time, it was fast fun.
Builds good unit cohesion, all the other units out here. It's a good time to get out and get dirty with each other.
To be here, it was a great time. We got together really well. We tried to stay together. I don't know, it was fun. I overcame it by choosing the Marines around me, planting my feet, and moving forward.
Builds camaraderie. These are all my guys. We've gotten closer since we got here. Get down, get dirty, do it all together, finish together. That's what it's about.
ABC 10 News also covers the 2016 world-famous mud run.
After 6 miserable miles, they have mud in too many places to count.
In the home.
Marines are professional competitors, but spoiler alert, Sergeant Ladarian Watts will finish first. These two just wanted to beat each other.
Oh, I'm better.
I'm better. No, absolutely not.
Oh, 100%
I'll be at the finish line waiting for him.
Look at me, look at him.
No, look at me.
Look at him.
And then look back at me.
Marines have to be orderly, so they hold a lot in.
I'm trying to burp and not have it in her face.
This was their time to let loose. Nearly 2,000 Marines competed in the Commander's Cup. The water slowed them down, and the mud had them yelping, groaning, and cussing. Watts powered ahead. The mud bellies may have weighed the rest down.
I'm ready to fill the mud. Hoorah! I got a flap of mud here.
It looked a little strange, but it was just a messy version of teamwork. Because sometimes a friend needs to be pulled up by the belt strap.
Teamwork. Let's go.
This Marine might have even saved a life when he rescued a tortoise from the mud pit.
Is that your friend?
I'm sad.
While Watts finished first, he placed close to last after waiting 50 minutes for another Marine. It turns out they're terrible at competing against each other because they're better together in the thick of it. The bigger obstacle may have been back into polished Marine mode.
Oh my God.
Okay, see?
Yeah, I got you. Give me good.
You can still register to join in on the mud run at 6 o'clock Saturday and Sunday morning. Hannah Mullins, 10 News.
On June 9th, Marine Corps Air Station Miramar Public Affairs covers Marine Aircraft Group 39.
And that is the end state is to have a closer integration between the MAGTF, in particular the aviation combat element and the ground combat element. So one of the ways I want to get after that end state is really through 4 lines of effort. And that is, number 1 is to partner the MAG-39 units with some of the GCE units. And then through that, we would conduct PMEs, training, build those relationships that are lasting, that would lead to more symbiotic training evolutions. The second line of effort would be what I'm calling the Aviator Immersion Program. So what I'll do is take the pilots and I'll put them with normally a battalion for 45 to 60 days to get a better appreciation for what the ground combat element is doing. Number 3, the third line of effort is a medium scale exercise. And what this is using the synergy of all of the aviation assets and the ground assets and putting them together in a kind of grassroots-led exercise, whether that be a trap package. And so there's a lot of aviation that comes to bear with that. In addition to that, we want to have the ground combat element. Because we play this with with role-playing, pretend ground elements, so we want to have actually real elements. And then the fourth is the simulation. So we've linked the simulators between Miramar, Yuma, and Camp Pendleton. We bring in ground combat element Marines. We have JTACs that come in, fire support coordination centers. We have the full MACUS, command and control system. So really that's the 4 lines of effort in kind of generic terms to get after a closer integration with the MACTF.
On June 11th, Marine Corps Air Station Miramar, aircraft rescue and firefighting conduct controlled burns.
You have a primary and a secondary team that are the primary personnel for fighting the fire. And then on the sides of the training pit, you have your RIT team, which are your backup team that in case anything unsafe happened or something like that, they'd be there to immediately react to the situation and go in and try and help the personnel. So pretty much you just light up, fill up the pit with a bunch of jet fuel. And you have someone go up and light the fuel on fire, let the fire kindle around the mock-up. Everyone make sure that they're ready, and you hear 1, 2, 3. Then you test your pattern and go in and try and fight the fire as best you can.
On June 15th, the Camp Pendleton Fire Department hosts a fire school for firefighting agencies from local communities.
We're definitely a tight-knit family. It's definitely a brother and sisterhood.
As the deputy fire chief at Camp Pendleton, he's helping coordinate the 2-week fire school. Crews are dropping fire with a drip torch. Now they give it about a 1/4 acre head start and then attack it. They're torching more than 2,000 acres, largely around training hot zones, so Marines can train without worrying about triggering a fire in thick brush.
If our Marines can't train and get up to speed, they can't go out and protect our nation.
The hands-on training gives the nearly 2,000 firefighters lessons they can't learn in a classroom. Hubmer doesn't take training lightly. After that bad breakfast, his crew went out on a routine call at another base.
One of our firefighters basically got lost on the 2nd floor, fell through.
He couldn't find his friend who was burning alive.
And by the time we did get to him, he was already perished.
That image is burned into his heart, so he's fighting to keep friends from falling as they protect those who protect us.
To be able to provide that back to the Marines for all what they do is a great feeling.
Hannah Mullins, 10 News.
On June 16th, Marine Wing Support Squadron 371 completes live fire training with crew-served weapons at Yuma Proving Grounds, Arizona.
During the live fire training, they shot the M250 cal machine gun and the Mark 19 at targets at unknown distances. These weapon systems were on top of 7 tons and Humvees. It is required for these Marines to understand how to employ these weapons because with the MWSS, we set up expeditionary airfields. Sometimes we're out in an austere environment on our own, so it's important that these Marines know how to employ these weapons.
It teaches the Marines that we have on hand how to execute crew-served weapons, and also just having the experience of being mounted on a 7-ton or Humvee. So whenever we are forward deployed or any deployment status, they'll know how to execute the weapons. Since most of us are motor T, whenever we're mounted in the trucks, that's what we would be running off with the weapons.
On June 17th, Colonel Jeffrey K. Aruda retires from his position as Chief of Staff with Marine Corps Installations West during a ceremony held at the base ranch house. During Colonel Aruda's 31 years of service, he took part in multiple deployments, such as Operation Desert Storm, Operation Sharp Edge in Liberia, and Operation Provide Promise in Bosnia.
It was an eye-opener for me, and anytime you can go to some of those places and see that, it will change your life.
As the Chief of Staff of Marine Corps Installations West, Colonel Aruda provided oversight and fostered a harmonious professional work environment for thousands of Marines and civilians. From the Marines of Camp Pendleton, fair winds and following seas. On June 22nd, Camp Pendleton Public Affairs releases a public service announcement for Marine Corps Community Services summer youth programs.
For our school-age children ages 6 to 12, we provide a summer camp program where we take them on field trips, we provide them with cognitive activities. Some of the field trips that we are going on will be some in the community, some outside the community, so that the children get to be exposed to a diverse population of people. ages 13 and up. We're doing a Geek Squad, which is where Best Buy comes in, and they spend 2 days with our children, giving them some computer skills. We talk about cyberbullying. They get to do some Lego robotic activity.
On June 23rd, Marine Corps Logistics Base Barstow highlights receiving the 2016 Commander-in-Chief's Annual Award for Installation Excellence. The award, announced May 10 by U.S. Secretary of Defense Ash Carter's office, named MCLB Barstow as the best in the entire Marine Corps and one of the 5 best installations in the United States military. On June 24th, Camp Pendleton Public Affairs releases a public service announcement for Camp Pendleton's Armed Services YMCA Youth Summer Camps.
And, I think the greatest thing that these camps provide is the children get to be with other children their age, other military-age children, other families that can get together, and they create that bond. That now they have another friend in the neighborhood, another child that they maybe didn't know before. They'll learn new things in say, an art camp, or they'll learn some basics about respect and responsibility, caring, sharing with others, how to be a good friend. So really fundamental responsibilities about just being a good citizen.